Welcome back, my Duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. Happy Wednesday, middle of the week, and we've got another deck for you guys. So this is like the second most or the most like requested that I get this one out next, and let's do it. Let's fulfill the request, right? So three times Joey Wheeler today. And again, you guys absolutely fell in love with Gearfried, and I don't blame you guys. It is the perfect deck to play some beatdown and get super aggressive and have fun while doing it. So this skill will start the duel flipped over. The skill is Iron Grit. So the way Iron Grit works, and please don't misplay it like we did in the singles tournament, Gearfried, the Iron Knight or Knights, multiples that you control, are unaffected by card effects. So this is good and bad. It means that you can't equip them. You won't get any effects if you do. Graceful Dice, unfortunately, did not boost that Gearfried's attack values. But again, all of the things that your opponent wants to do that would affect him based on card effects, he's also going to remain immune. Definitely giving Gearfried his anime-esque abilities. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. So decent skill. It's going to give us some protections, but let's see what we can't do with this deck, right? So first thing, I wanted to make something warrior-centric. And again, we don't have to abide by any ban lists. Again, at the time of filming this, I do not know if there is a new ban list out yet. Hopefully, before we're done with the 3 times tournament, it will have surfaced so that I don't have to do the work twice. Not that I mind, but it is a little off-putting when you build a really cool deck and they're like, yeah, all the tech that you used is on the limits list. So then you've got to go back and you've got to go, okay, well, how do I make this work a second time? It's just mildly irritating. So this list, first card we're going to use is 3 copies of the Command Knight. Now, Command Knight is a good card. We had this since, what was it? This was the original Battle City set, I think, maybe, or is this Streets of Battle City? Oh, SBC 1. No, that's the original Battle City. So all warrior monsters you control gain 400. She does not exclude herself, so she herself will be up to 16. She could not have been printed at 16, because then she would have been 2K and over-centralized a lot of things. I want to say when she was originally released in the game, she was a secret rare out of a 10. You guys can fact check me. I don't mind. While you control this, if you control another monster, monsters the opponent control may not target this card for attacks. So, because she is the Command Knight, she is in command, and therefore her subordinates will have to do the battle for her. Let's see if that increases our focus a smidge. Come on, there you go. That's it. We need to get to the headliner, which will be Gearfried. And unfortunately, in this deck, Gearfried will not get this bonus, even though he is, of course, a warrior. Now, that said, Command Knight will still use Gearfried to take the attacks, since it's sort of indirect about it, which is fine, again, because Gearfried is a more powerful 1800. Additionally, any equip card that does get equipped to him is immediately destroyed by his effect. And then last up, because I wanted this, 3 copies of the Marauding Captain. 3 copies of Captain, because Captain is Captain. Monsters your opponent control may not target warrior monsters for attacks except for this card. And now this does mean that if you have 2 captains and only warriors on your side of the field, nobody may declare an attack on you, because it creates a paradoxical loop of 2 guys with really bad bowl haircuts going, no, attack me. No, attack me. And that could get kind of annoying. And a Command Knight, of course, if you have that as your third, she's like, I don't care which one of them you attack, but it can't be me. So again, it's just really funny. What makes this guy so busted and why I expect him to go on the limits? When this card is normal summoned, you may special summon another level 4 or lower monster card from your hand. So again, this is very good. You'll be like Captain for Command, or Captain for Captain, Captain for Gearfried. Either way, it's a lot of field presence. And as far as tech decks go, you're going to see people leading with a Cyber Dragon for Captain, for something, full field right off the rip. It's going to be nuts. I hope you guys enjoy seeing it. Moving into the spells for this deck, we are again like I said, not listening to the ban list because the ban list does not affect a 3-time structure deck. It's just like, how did I want to make this deck using only the cards here? And that's my only limitation. So 2 Rotas, which means any card in the deck is searchable monster-wise, which means you should always be resolving a captain effect, which is cool. And then next, because captain is captain, we need to get those United We Stands. Because again, United We Stand is a great equip card. This is a great reprint. The way it works, the equipped monster gains 800 attack and defense for every face-up monster that you currently control. So when Captain summons Self, it's an 800. When Captain summons Command Knight, it's another 800. That's 16. 16 plus that is going to be 28. Plus the 400 from the Command Knight herself will bring you up to, what was that, like 3,200? So again, fantastic. I love seeing things like this. It's just really good. It's really good. It makes the deck really fun, and it lets small warriors kind of tech their way out and do things. Next up, traps. And this is going to be fun because, again, this is something you need. You need Blast with Chain when you have Gearfried. This is going to be a whole deck later. But the way that this works, target a face-up monster you control, equip this to that card. It gains 500 attack. So again, the captain can gain more attack, or you can give it to Gearfried. If you give it to Gearfried, if this card is destroyed by card effect while equipped, which Gearfried's effect will do, target a card on the field and destroy that card. Essentially, you are giving Gearfried a couple sticks of dynamite to chuck any which way he sees fit. And by the way he sees fit, I mean you see fit. And since it's a trap, set it, forget it until they make their big play, pop the big boss monster, and go ahead about your day. Last card we're going to be running, 3 copies Kunai with Chain. Did I do it because it's the OG art and I love alternate stuff? Or am I doing it because of the card effects? Yes. The answer is both. And I do think it fits. And again, since yesterday we talked about Espa, I said we needed to talk about one thing that could counter the Reflect Bounder. And the Kunai with Chain is that card. So, activate one or both of these effects simultaneously. What happens is, A, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, target that monster, change it to defense position. Now again, Reflect Bounder's effect only works when it's in attack mode at the beginning of the attack. So, we have no main phase 2, they can't move it back into attack position. Secondly, you can target a face-up monster you control and equip this card to it, and it will gain an additional 500 attack value. So, on top of that, these with chain traps are going to give a generic 500, which Captain's going to love, especially if he's already got a United We Stand and or, like I said, 2 or 3 friends on the field. We could see Captain well over 4,000 points, able to take on an Egyptian God card or a Sacred Beast card, Mono a Mono or Mono e God. Hands to God, yeah. But it's cool. It's very like Joey flavored. The only thing is, you're not giving it to the Gearfried anytime soon. Now, I did pack an extra deck, and you guys are going to be like, why did you pack an extra deck? Because while we're doing this tournament, the goal is to try to do anything that may allow us to win. Now, unfortunately, me and Celestial both know about this, but if you guys were to enter a 3-time structured tournament where you guys maybe just, I don't know, rolled some dice to see which player you were going to be, then you might pull Joey. And if you did pull Joey, you have to use the skill, but you get any of, and let me grab the stack, I put it too far out of reach this time. You have any of these cards too that you can use to build up. So one of the big things that you do have access to is polymerization. Now this is just a bluff. Okay, we are not going this route. Could you? Yes. But this might make your opponent think some things if not everybody gets to see like the lists beforehand. So this is a very good idea. You'll see that I will do this with strings as well. That said, what would you guys do for a side deck? Well, you guys got a lot of cool options. You guys could put in things like Freed or the Little Wingard, especially since he attacks and then immediately goes to defense mode again. However, I think with enough defense breaking cards out there in the way that that deck works, I don't think Little Wingard's actually that good a play right now. You guys could definitely pull a Celestial. You guys could definitely socket a Time Wizard over there. or you guys can run some dice and then just flip for it. Other things that you could do, Lightning Blade would be a good option right now, especially since Mega would be part of the miniaturized format. You might go with another reinforcement. Again, the dice. It's hard to say. I think the best cards for this are all actually on the field already right here. And so this is the way that I'm going to have this deck perform during our 3x tournament. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. That is always the main point here. Let me go ahead and put this here. You guys might also take a screenshot, and this way you have like the entire deck. If you guys enjoyed this, help support the channel. Like, comment, sub, let your friends know about the channel. And then, of course, if it's within your budget and you want to help us get more sleeves and more cards so we can do more videos, I will also leave the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description down below. But never feel like that's like, I know I say it every video, but like it's not necessary. What is necessary is that you guys enjoy the stuff. I hope that you guys do. And I just want you guys to have a wonderful day. So until next time, see you guys later.